This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Good evening, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the POSTCAST, brought to you by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network. I'm Tim Daniel. I am a lifelong Cincinnati Reds fan, and I've been podcasting about this team for 5 years at publications such as Late Night Reds and The Riverfront. And I want to thank you all for spending some time with me tonight as we discuss a big Cincinnati Reds win, 6-1 over the Philadelphia Phillies at Great American Ballpark. If you're just checking my show out for the first time, welcome. We are so glad to have you here. Please be sure to hit that notification button if you're following along here on YouTube, so you can not only get my show after each and every single Reds game, but you can get Jeff Carr and Stephen Offenbaker Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds. Don't forget, Jeff and Steve will also be live on Thursday. So even though I won't be here on Thursday because the Reds will finally have a day off, Jeff and Steve will be here to fill in for that live feed you need. This episode is also brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel. Football season is around the corner. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your future bets now. On tonight's show, did a rare species pop up at GABP tonight? I think we had something called clutch hitting. That's pretty rare you see around there, but they got some of that tonight. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Andujar, Miguel Andujar with a huge homer today, and just the difference he's making from left-handed pitching. And Brady Singer always finds a way after a bad game to come back and have a good one. All that and a whole lot more. And of course, I'm going to hear from you, our everydayers. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Fun night at GABP. Let's talk about it.
This is what you'll be talking about.
So, as you know, I love to shout out my boys, Jeff and Steve, any chance I get. I love what they do. I think they're phenomenal at their job. I didn't agree with Jeff's Andrew Abbott take yesterday, but that's okay. We can occasionally disagree, even though we are twins. But what I will say is that he went on a conversation about the Reds' need for clutch hitting and how they really, really needed it. And it was part of the reason they were slumping of late. And that came back tonight. And it was wonderful. So let's go through some of this clutch hitting tonight, shall we? Because there was a lot of it. And it was a lot of little things here, but some big moments as well. Just kind of really good at bats throughout the day for the team. Obviously starting with Spencer Steer's double in the bottom of the third to put him up 2-0. And, Reg Zarun says it here. I didn't even mention the third inning. TJ Friedel hustling out to avoid that double play and the Reds winning the review. That was humongous. So there, the Spencer Steer double, humongous. Miguel Andujar hits that homer. It's a solo shot, but, something the Reds really hadn't seen a lot of from the 4 spot in a while. And, the rest was history from there for this team. They still found a way. Jose Trevino put some runs on later as well to make it 5-0 when he has that single that brings in McClain and Austin Hayes at the walk. And then Spencer Steer has a sac fly. It was a really nice day where the Reds just had really good at-bats, consistent at-bats. And obviously you can take the fact that, look, the last 3 games now, I am totally small sample sizing on you, my people, my everydayers. The Reds have scored 21 runs in 3 games. One of them only had 1 run, but that's beside the point, right? If the Reds can just find a way, they're not going to score 14 runs all the time. They're not going to score 6 runs all the time, but they can score 4 runs and win like 4-2, and they just get 1 or 2 of these hits a night. Everything kind of changes for this team. And yesterday I was really upset with how Tito managed the game. I liked how Tito managed the game tonight. I thought he did a really good job. That was something where, I saw some comments recently where a lot of people are still trying to say that he's not making a difference and all this jazz. Honestly, I think that's baloney. Mr. Juan, you come here for the hard-hitting analytics from Tim Daniel is what you come here for. But I feel like you're seeing things like tonight, and I thought some of the things he did really well tonight. So he brings in Brian Hayes on his day off. He brings Hayes in to be a defensive replacement for Espinal, and we get that really cool play in the 9th. Like, if we get one of those a day, it's worth the trade. because he's just so fun to watch play defense at third base. I've become a huge fan. And I thought the way he managed the bullpen was really well. Obviously, Graham Ashcraft's coming out right when the tarp comes on the field for the rain delay, but thought that was a smart move as well. I would have been fine if Singer went out for the 7th. I'm okay that he didn't. But I thought today was pretty nice, and it's a really big day for the Reds. It's a much needed win. And Philip D1 Chevy says it right here. They came out aggressive tonight. They swung at good pitches. They drew walks. It was a nice contributing win. And also the hustle tonight. So we saw earlier, we mentioned the TJ Friedel. Ellie getting that infield single on Trey Turner. Ellie's been slumping. We all know it. We've talked about it. I've said on here many times, I think Ellie De La Cruz needs a day off. That's how you break out of a slump. And then like that hit he had, that was a fly out in center field later in the game. That set it gone off the bat. I thought that was a homer. It sounded like my Billy was there. I was texting with Billy DeVore, New Nasty Boys, who was on the show with me last week. And we were texting, and he was in Diamond Clubs, humble brag, as he says to me. He said it sounded like a gunshot off the bat. That's how loud it was. And it's how much he thought it was gone. So that was pretty awesome as well. But huge win tonight for the Redlegs, much needed. And right now, my Indiana Fever are trying to keep it going for me. They're once down 17. They're on a roll, trying to come back as well. So it's a nice day of sports for Tim Daniel. I really love to see it. You know who else had a really fun, big moment tonight? Our guy, our new cleanup hitter, Miguel Andujar. Let's talk about it right after this. If you're running a business, you know that every missed call is missed money left on the table. Think about the last time you had a service emergency like a burst pipe. If the first plumber didn't answer, did you wait? Nope, you went and called the next one. That's why having a reliable business line is so important, and that's why you should use OpenPhone. OpenPhone is the #1 business system that helps you streamline and scale customer communication, all from an app on your phone or computer. Do you juggle 2 phones just to keep business and personal calls separate? OpenPhone solves that instantly. Your whole team can share one number and respond to customers like a share inbox. No more, you got this? Do I got this? Does she got this? Does he got this? None of that anymore. And the AI agent handles after-hour calls, answers common questions, and captures leads so you never have to miss a call again. OpenPhone is offering Locked On listeners 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/lockedonmlb. That's openphone.com/lockedonmlb. And if you have existing numbers with another service, OpenPhone will port those at no extra cost. OpenPhone, no missed calls, no new customers. August 26th is officially FanDuel Futures Day, a brand new holiday for football fans who live for the bold and preseason hunches. For 24 hours, FanDuel is giving you deals on NFL season predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before week 1 even kicks off, it's your moment. So take a flyer like me, MVP, Joseph Lee Burrow. Should have had it last year. The Bengals get 2 more wins instead of their defense giving up 47 points a game. I think we're talking about a back-to-back MVP run this year. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your futures bets, because Futures Day is 1 day away and 1 day only. FanDuel, play your game. Well, I need to correct myself, because that part is not FanDuel. Futures Day is 1 day away. It's 1 day and 1 day only. So, there's that. But thank you so much to all my everydayers for spending some time with me here on the Postcast as we discuss a big Redlegs win over the Philadelphia Phillies tonight. And Johnny says he had to watch the game on the Philly broadcast. So he said it was a lot of fun listening to them call the Reds the offensive outburst. That's pretty nice as well. So scoreboard watching wise tonight, since I can now do this on the night of the show, we know the Mets are up big on the Braves right now. Unfortunately, it does not benefit the Reds, but the Marlins are down, which somehow they're still somewhat alive in this thing. I don't get it, but they are. The Blue Jays are beating the Cubs. I don't really know what that means for the Reds. I just like to shout it out. And then, of course, the Rockies are now up 2-0 on the Cardinals, as our good friend Natty Ron is keeping us posted here in the Everyday Chat as well. Let's talk about the turning point of tonight's game, shall we?
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
I don't think I'm the one to start this, but I'm the one to make it big. Say it with me, guys. Andujar, it's like Duval, right? Like if you're for our Jacksonville, Florida peeps who have to watch a really god-awful football team owned by a wrestling promoter. But Miguel Andujar has since moved in the last 5 games has been batting cleanup, hitting behind Ellie De La Cruz. And although Ellie hasn't consistently found a swing just yet, though he had some really nice swings tonight, I was pretty wide open how much I love that move. I was kind of sick of Austin Hayes. I didn't believe in Austin Hayes anymore. Everything we've seen from him of late has not been very good. He did have a walk tonight. Oh yeah, thank you, William. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Giants and Padres are about to start as well. And unfortunately for my dear friend Carlos Guevara, I have to root against his former MLB team, the Padres, tonight. But not unfortunately for us, because we need the Giants to put that one together for us. But the power, actually, correct me, guys. Ron's got a better nickname. The Do. I like it. The Do. Cincy shirts. Billy. Make it happen and give Ron credit. CC Ron. But having that protection, having that power, and we often make fun of things Barry Larkin says in conversations in commentary because he's Barry Larkin, and for everything he was as a Hall of Fame baseball player, he is not as a broadcaster. But something he did say today that really jumped out. So the Reds went and got Andujar for the sake of hitting lefties, and he has specifically made them look way better against lefties. He's hitting righties too. Obviously tonight he's starting against Ranger Suarez, a lefty, but he's having really good at bats all around for this team. It could just be a hot stretch, but as a team who's just been desperate to see someone else hit behind Ellie De La Cruz, I'm very grateful to see what they're getting from him, even if it is just for another couple weeks. And I'm honestly starting to get to the point where I wonder, and again, this is overreacting to a small sample size. This is probably the thing that my GAI generator clips us to cut and people say I'm a moron for, but I think I am pretty open to Miguel Andujar being part of the 2026 Cincinnati Reds at this point. Again, way ahead, lots of baseball to be played still, but I really like what they're getting from him. It's certainly an upgrade over Connor Joe for being a guy who can play quarter outfield or first base, even though Andujar's not a great fielder by any means. But tonight gave us that big spark with that homer. Absolutely huge for this team, and a guy who I think is just giving the Reds exactly what they traded for. So that's all you can really ask for at this point, and you love to see it. So also, guys, Brady Singer tonight had another bounce back. Brady Singer always bounces back. Let's talk about him more right after this, shall we? Today's episode is brought to you by Game Day Hue, and so is this hat I'm wearing. For Reds fans like me, this one hits the mark. Game Day Hue makes clean, no-logo gear with team-inspired colorways for every pro and college fan base. It's about letting your colors speak for you. No giant logos, just smart, versatile style that works on game day and on the course or anywhere in between. Not only do they give you solid colors for the Cincinnati Reds like I got here, I love my Cleveland Cavaliers. I love my Cincinnati Bengals. I love my Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I got to get it all. It's the kind of hat that reps your team without screaming it. Subtle, but still says anything. And it's not just hats. Check out their split shade gloves made for the golf course or for the perfect fan who has everything. Right now, you can get up to 15% off with code MLB15 at GameDayHue.com. That's GameDayHue.com. The code even stacks on bundle deals, so now's the time to load up. Let your colors talk because colors speak louder than words. That's GameDayHue.com, code MLB15. If you're just checking me out for the first time, thank you so much for spending some time with me. We are so glad to have you here. Shout out to all my everydayers here as well. We got Josh, we got Pierre, we got Josh Tucker and Josh Seaweck. We got Stone Cold Says So. What? Stone Cold Says So. What? We got Regs the Ruin, Johnny G, Natty Ron, Patrick I saw popped in earlier. Pierre, if I missed you, I'm sorry, but it's a lot of the same guys we have coming back every day. And it's been a lot of joy to have, and there's a lot of fun audience. I'm very grateful for you all. And if you are just checking me out for the first time and want to become an everydayer, hit that notification button so you can not only get my show after every game, but you can get Jeff and Steve Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds as well. Let's get to our Locked On Player of the Game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And Dave. I can't forget Dave. Dave is like my homie. Dave, I sent you a message yesterday about sending you some cards, so holler at your boy when you get a minute. Brady Singer is our Locked On Player of the Game, and though I think there are some hitters who have some good arguments against him, Brady Singer bounces back. And I'm starting to realize that Brady Singer seems to always bounce back. If he has a start where he just stinks it up, joint, he finds a way to come back the next game and just put it behind him. And I get it. That's the beauty of being a starting pitcher, right? You have 5 days to figure out what you did right and what you did wrong and put a game plan together for the next start. But for him tonight, against this team in particular, against a really good Phillies team, a team that has a really loaded offense, to go 6 shutout was awesome. Who knows? Maybe I know they did go with Ashcraft in the 7th. But I do think that they could have potentially gone Singer out there again if they don't have the rain delay, if they wanted to. But I feel like I said, I felt like Tito managed it pretty well today. For him overall, just 6 shutout innings, just locating his fastball so well, working off that. 6 strikeouts tonight, no walks and 3 hits. And hey, he got his scoring. He got his run support that he hadn't had for a few months there. So huge there as well. Really loved what they got from him tonight. And then I want to shout out the bullpen again. Graham Ashcraft goes out for an inning, does really well. Brent Suter does an inning as well. And then Sam Mull, who I know gave up the homer to Harper, but I can't fault him because he's pitching in the rain. And that was, that's a pretty tough team to get 3 outs against. So shout out to the pitching today. Really great day for them. 10 combined strikeouts. So big one. And then tomorrow, it's Green Day. Hunter Greene comes back tomorrow, guys. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? I've missed Hunter Greene so much. I now know that we've all heard the conversations about what this means for Chase Burns, what this means for Nick Martinez. Nick Lodolo should be back soon as well. Reds are getting healthy at the right time. Is this a good thing? I certainly hope so. But with that in mind, the Cincinnati Reds are victors tonight over the Philadelphia Phillies, tying the series 6-1. The Reds have 6 runs on 10 hits, no errors. The Phillies have 1 run on 5 hits, no errors. Your winning pitcher tonight is Brady Singer. He is now 10-9. Ranger Suarez is your loser. He is now 8-6. And the Redlegs are at it tomorrow with Hunter Greene coming back to the hill. He is 4-3 with a 2.72 ERA. He'll be going against, that's going to be quite the pitching matchup as he goes against Christopher Sanchez, who is 11-3 with a 2.36. For those who don't know, I'm sure you do know, but just in case, they do have a concert after the game tomorrow. So first pitch tomorrow is at 5:10. So you'll probably see me probably around 8-ish or so if the game goes like normal time. But I'm excited for this one. I'm excited to see Hunter Greene back. I'm glad they got this win today because that's such a tough team that you can like almost live with losing 2 out of 3 if in any other circumstance. But since you kind of need everyone you can get right now, got to get one. Try to get, if you get tomorrow and then you can go, you have the day off before the Brew Crew come in and you got some momentum for that series, changes everything. Where you at, Tim? We already had to even need you. Everyone, thank you so much for spending some time with me tonight. I'm Tim Daniel. If you're in the area, be safe tonight. This rain and thunder sounds kind of scary. But I will see you all tomorrow after the game. Go Redlegs. Welcome back, Hunter Greene.